For the first time since the Covid-19 outbreak, New Zealand has recorded no new cases and no deaths. But there's a strong warning. Now is not the time to celebrate, as New Zealand is not out of the woods yet. Cabinet met today to discuss what Level 2 would look like if it makes the decision to move out of Level 3 next Monday. And in another first, the Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern will beam into Australia's National Cabinet meeting tomorrow at the invitation of Scott Morrison. Our political reporter Jane Patterson filed this report.
Today we have no new cases of Covid-19 to report. It means there's no change to the overall total of confirmed and probable cases, which remains at 1,487.
After more than a fortnight of New Zealand recording new cases in the single digits, the Director-General of Health, Ashley Bloomfield, delivered this news today. But it comes with a warning.
It is just one moment in time. The real test is later this week when we factor in the incubation period for the virus and the time it takes for people to display symptoms, which is generally 5 to 6 days after exposure.
There are 7 people in hospital with none in intensive care. There are still 16 clusters around the country, but 3 of them have now been closed as there have been no cases of community transmission in the past few days. Dr Bloomfield says while today's figures are encouraging, that should not be a signal for people to relax.
We cannot afford to squander all the hard work and effort of the past weeks. We did see at the weekend that it can be easy to start slackening off, and we need to maintain discipline and keep pushing on and sustain the advantage that we have fought so hard for.
University of Otago public health expert Michael Baker says you only need to look to countries like South Korea to see the risk of second wave outbreaks with thousands of cases.
Things can change very quickly with this virus, and so I think there's no cause for celebration yet. I think it's a great symbolic triumph today to have no new cases. It does not mean that the virus has gone from New Zealand. I think we should hold off on our celebrations and the parties till we're safely in Level 1, which could be many weeks ahead.
The number of breaches since New Zealand went into Level 3 last week was also updated today, but not so encouraging. 191 breaches over the weekend have brought the total number to nearly 600. The Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern says a small number of people could put progress already made at risk.
This is not the majority, but there are a small number of people who are forgetting that any gains you're seeing at the moment are actually from the lockdown period. We need to stay here a while longer, feel assured that we actually have this under control, and then move. People are jeopardising that at the moment by acting in the way some people did over the weekend.
There is pressure on the government, though, to move out of Level 3, both from the opposition leader Simon Bridges and through comparisons with Australia, also doing well controlling the virus but under more lenient restrictions. Tomorrow, Ms Ardern will join Australia's National Cabinet to swap notes and look at possible tourist and trade opportunities in the future, including the Trans-Tasman bubble. But she says that wouldn't happen in the short term, i.e. within coming weeks.
From the conversations we've had to date, we have a very similar perspective of the kind of timeline that both countries will want to run to. In our minds, the health of our people is incredibly important. In New Zealand, we don't want to give away the gains we've made, and nor does Australia want to see any risks either. But we also see a lot of opportunity.
While Cabinet Ministers did talk about what the rules could look like under Level 2, Ms Ardern wasn't giving too much away today. She'll lay out those rules in detail on Thursday, with Cabinet to make its decision about a move to Level 2 next Monday. From Parliament for Checkpoint, Jane Patterson.